Wanambisi is a management consultant, consult in about operations management and strategy management. I'm also married with 3 boys. Currently doing my PhD on entrepreneurship. The work is hectic and tough because consultancy really demands a lot. My definition of consultancy is that you need to blend academics with practice. You need to carry out theories, you need to carry out principles, and assist organizations, assist individuals to implement them. So you find that your day really stretches. You start your day at 6, you'll be ending it at about 10. Then you need to go back home and see your family. So the day can really be so stressful and stretching. It's also time consuming because you're supposed to be thinking throughout on behalf of many people. So my day can really be hectic and tough. The problem of white-collar job, to me, after engaging a lot with the SMEs, it's a mental affair. It's the thinking, is the bring up, is this what we were taught? Go to school, after you're done, get employment.
Yes.
Now, that is a mindset which we need to reverse. Because you'll discover that the little companies, the little white-collar jobs we are looking for are very minimum. And we cannot, all of us, go for the same.
Yes.
It therefore calls that we need to change tact. We need to start looking at these different aspects of development, which is important. That is the SME.
As you say, the question of white-collar jobs is more of a mentality issue. It's just in the mind.
Yeah.
Don't you think then our education system trains us more to seek out white-collar jobs instead of thinking of how we can start our own jobs, our own businesses?
I will say education is one.
Yes.
Education is one, the way it's structured, because I do recall that most universities currently are including a course on entrepreneurship.
Right.
But what we're seeing, the mentality aspect, it goes beyond what you've studied. It goes beyond, I have this as a knowledge. You need to bring it out. And as I said, education is one, and also the society is another one. I have a degree. I have a degree in computer science. I have a degree in engineering. I have a degree in medicine. How do I go back and start hitting the metal, the juakali? But when we now get out of that, the juakali mentality, and realize that it's a matter of what am I doing to make myself and increase my wealth and my value. If I get to learn it from that perspective, it'll get me from the white-collar job.
Tell me, what determines the life or death of an SME?
I give you 1 billion now.
Yes.
The question is, what do I do with 1 billion? That should be the question everybody should be asking. SMEs, normally, I tell them, that is the question. The question is that your survival is not based on money. Your survival is based on the passion to see yourself succeed. The passion to see that you grow that business to what it's supposed to be. You must see where you're going, work towards it.
Wow.
Do whatever you need to do to be there. The challenge of an SME are many, and I want to just mention one here, because the dynamics that go into you at that time, they're diverse. One of them is that you must be strong-willed. Now, that one you're not taught in school.
That's true.
You're not taught in school. You must be strong-willed to stand the wind, to stand the diversities of many things that are hitting you. Finances is one of them, and I don't want to talk about it.
Yes.
Because that's what kills our mentality. I need 10 million to begin. Now, where do I get the 10 million? There's no 10 million. We rub it out of our minds, we rub it out of our thinking, and go back to the other dynamics. Ability, thinking, seeing, what does the economy, what does the environment need me to do?
Yes.
Because if the environment requires me to carry mandazi,
Yes.
and walk with mandazi to the offices, that's a cheap thing, which you can do. The next day, you'll be telling us your story. I started with little mandazi going down the offices. Then opportunities do come up. Wow. So the growth and the death of an SME has got nothing to do with money. If you overspend, you'll be punished. If you do it right, you benefit. So the problem that we have is that people fail to realize that you must apply the science of finances. Finances require that you know what are my incomes, you know what are my costs. If you overstretch the costs, you're going to be punished. If you overstretch the incomes, you'll enjoy. I normally tell people, run away from the concept of I want to cut costs.
Yes.
That is not the right parameter or plane to use, because costs will come. If your baby is sick, you need to take the baby to hospital. There are no two choices about that. So the only way to counteract that is look for more. That is the science. That is the science. Wow. We have the credit bureau. The bureau is there, which actually compares notes with all banks. So what the bank does, the individual bank will do, is that if they keep on asking you to repay and you don't, they send your details to the credit bureau. So the bureau now is the one now that is the custodian of the rating. So the other bank, before they give you a loan, they must get your records from the bureau. The bureau now will send back and say, hey, that is a red flag, don't. So you just hear the bank saying, no, we cannot give you the loan. So they have centralized it.
It sounds like it's a matter of you can run, but you can't hide.
You can't hide. There are two personalities whom I admire. One was my former employer called James Kamau. James Kamau operates a law firm called IKM. He's a man I saw starting from scratch, a man whom we could work together until very late. I could see the hard work in this man. As we are talking now, he's a commanding legal firm, and he's a fellow who commands some assets in Kenya. Another man who keeps challenging my thinking is they both operate under the name James, so James Mwangi, the CEO of Equity. We could see a gentleman navigating a boat at a time when people would shy away from certain markets. This young man decides to go to those markets. Until now, we are seeing him relinquishing some duties in Equity to also an authority in management. So these are people who drive my thinking from small beginning, navigating their boats to the shore and managing to land. Those are the people I admire. The youth are a group that have a lot of energy. I also employ them in my farm. What I really want to drive home is like we could admire to see them having passion and dedication in what they want to do. We could admire to see them developing strong will in what they want to do. Let us see and know that even our parents are not where they are in a day. They took some time. So I would advise the youth that let them draw their path, commit their path, dedicate their path, and grow their path. They will realize the dreams they want. It cannot just come like instant coffee.
Experience a whole new world of family entertainment. Vision TV.